Hello, this is the 60th video in this State of the School series, and I'm dealing with travel. Um, and with the video from yesterday, I announced that now you can be traveling with me if you'll go to that playlist, which was Tour d'Europe, uh, the tour of Europe. And in that, I mentioned Shirley, and I was thinking, I ought to maybe do a whole video about Shirley. Well, in a way, I did already, because if you'll start down that, if you'll pull up that playlist, you'll see that one of the videos is called Shirley. Now, it's awkward. It's done over here, and the basement is kind of empty, and the sound's bad because of that. I also spend the first half of the video talking about some books and other stuff. But if you'll go to about minute 4, there I talk about how important Shirley was, but I don't really do her justice. Is much more important than that. She said, not only did she kind of catch me and heal me and get me on my way when I arrived in Europe that day, she also sent me off with 2 cameras, or at least one, I think 2 cameras, like the one I'm using right now. And urged me to film. I wasn't going to film anything. I was just going to go for the experience of learning. But she told me, please, for her, film stuff. And I did. So in a way, she's like the mother of my channel, my in a way, and she remains to this very day a very close friend. I traveled with her, I think, some 5 times with her and her husband on most of those occasions. But that's to come later. Actually, it's to come right now, because on that trip, and there were, I think, 70 videos in that playlist, and I get better and better at filming stuff. By the time I got to Portugal, well, northern Spain, actually, Galicia, I had seen stuff that I just decided I've got to go back and see that closer. I mean, in that Tour d'Europe, I was going the whole way across Europe and the whole way back, from the northwest, east to the southwest and back through the Alps. And there's so much to see. It would take you a month probably of viewing if you decide to go with me on that trip. Well, they're not that long, so maybe in a few weeks you could actually take that trip. But anyway, I came back resolved to find a way to get back to Portugal specifically. There was a man named SoS, XOSE, SoS, and he has a mill, and my daughter and I, he took us to his abandoned mill. You just I don't have time to go into all that. But I resolved to try to put together a kind of a team to go back there and help him to restore that mill. I guess I was just dreaming. But I was just that excited about it, and still am. But I can't make it infectious. I have not been able to get others, except for Shirley, as it turned out. I went around that next year asking about everybody I knew, do you want to come with me to Europe, and I explained the mill, and we'd have a real close look at Portugal, and I speak Portuguese and all this. I bet I talked to 20 people that were possibilities. And it finally came down to there were going to be 3 others. My friend Adam, who works with me to this day, who has gone back to Europe since he traveled with me as a high school kid. I think 12 times on his own, 13 times, I think. He was going to go with me, and Shirley was going to go with me, and her husband, Thomas. But as it came closer and closer, and actually even after I think I bought my ticket, and they fell away, the only one left was Shirley. Shirley still wanted to make that trip with me and help me out with that, and went to a lot of bother and expense to achieve that. Well, anyway, that trip is the second one, and it was the very next year, and I made a playlist of it. It's called Falling Water in Portugal, Galicia, and Spain, I think, or at least Falling Water Falling Water in Portugal and Galicia, and then I separated it into Spirit, work, spirit, and joy. It's 80 videos long, and it's better made than that first one. The first playlist gets off to a pretty rough start. Well, it just isn't much of a fun start, I don't think, because a lot of it has to do with explaining and the sound isn't good. So here we go, once again, 80 more videos, which if you feel like traveling with me, and if you'd like, and remember, this is travel, sharing my adventure, our adventure, because Shirley was with me on that. And a trip like none other, and you'll see a lot of stuff. So I urge you to check that playlist out. I of course, will give you the link, and I think I'll also give you the link to the video in the first playlist called Shirley. Although, as I say, it doesn't really do justice. Bye for now.